Alright, good morning everyone, welcome back. Today we are in the MiG-19. Oh, that's a radar missile for us. No thank you. This plane is a 9.3 fighter. I'm playing the German variant because I have this one spaded and I haven't really done most of the Soviet tech tree. Well, it's not fully spaded, I need like a little bit towards one performance mod, but it's basically spaded, right? This plane is interesting. It has an extremely good flight model. You can beat pretty much everything you see in a dogfight, except for the RES, but I'll get to that later. And it does have the issue, however, well, it has a couple of issues. That is an interesting maneuver. I did not think a bomber could do that, but number one is the lack of roll rate. Oh, hold on, I gotta move out the way. Alright, we're good. One is the lack of roll rate. I'm sure, as you can see, it is, you know, slow would be an understatement. That was fired out very quickly. But yeah, so got a really slow roll rate. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to go defensive against this MiG-21F. Give me a second here. Commentating and dogfighting at the same time is very hard. I have an expert crew to this thing, so I am struggling a little bit, but this thing has an extremely good flight model. You have a lot of thrust. Well, it's like the Ariete. You just sort of can kill everything in a dogfight, basically, if you play it right. I'm not very good, so I'm probably not going to kill most things in a dogfight because I don't know how to play it right. That was an interesting missile. But yeah, you can just sort of vertical loop everyone. Oh, there's an F-104, fair enough. Holy shit, can I actually... Okay, I'm going to commentate now while I'm not playing the game, so I don't have to, like, focus on three things at once. But either way, you beat just about everything in a dogfight. In order to do that, you need to energy trap them, but that takes a very long time. That is issue number 2. I guess there's 3 issues as well. One is the roll rate. Number 2, it takes ages to kill things because you have to set up, like, energy traps, and they're kind of long and boring. And if you want to play a bit more aggressively, you essentially... That happens there. You can get third-partied very easily. It's very unfortunate. So... The third very annoying thing is the guns. Aiming them is fine if you know what you're doing, but you just don't get very much ammo with them. And I'm sure most of you know my experience with the Russian 30 mils. Like, the NL30s just don't really work for me. I don't know what it is about them specifically, but, like, they just don't really do damage for me. Those are your 3 issues. You need to play around them. This is a very difficult plane to play, but if you can play it right, it will be very rewarding for you. I never found out how to play this thing right. I'm going to be completely honest. I tried to make this thing work a lot. I got there with the Ariete eventually. It took me a long-ass time to be able to, you know, actually play well in that thing. This plane, I just can't. I don't know what it is about it. And if you're not very good in planes which don't have a good roll rate, your experience might look a lot like this. It doesn't mean the plane is bad. In the right hands, it is a very good plane. But my hands are not the right hands for it. So, you know, it's gonna be a bit of a bad experience. So... Because of the fact that I can't play it right, this might be one of the most frustrating planes in the entire game for me to play. Because the plane itself is really good. The matchmaker right now is also pretty good. As you can see, we've got 2 down tiers in a row. The issue with it is that it has so much potential, but I just can't use it to that potential. And it just means that a lot of the times I get forced into long fights, I can't really get very many kills per game because I just can't really play it correctly. And that's one of the most annoying things to me, is having a plane that I know is really good, but just not being able to, like, perform even close to where I should be with it. It's similar to the MiG-15 BIS, but that's mostly just because I can't aim the guns on that thing. But yeah, it's very frustrating, very annoying for me, so I would just rather be playing the Ariete because... Or the Ariete, sorry. Even though the Ariete is very similar to this thing, at the very least, it is a lot easier to play because it can pull a lot more, I think at least. It feels like it does anyways. And the guns are a shit ton easier to use and you get a lot of ammo with them. So if you want an in-depth comprehensive guide on how you play this thing really well, go watch Defin's video on it. He has, well, obviously incredibly good tutorials on basically any plane. I'm going to be honest, I'm not much of a tutorial guy myself. I just sort of like roll with the planes and see if I can give you guys like a, you know, a decently honest viewpoint. Not honest, but like average. Average is a very good word. I feel like I'm ever so slightly above the average player to the point where the footage like... It's still relatable, but it's not, like, frustrating for you to watch, if that makes sense. I'm gonna see if I can kill this Canberra, but I can't aim these guns. Yep. Ugh, this thing just doesn't pull as much airway as I want it to in shots like that, and it... Really frustrating, because, like, I could have got that kill very easily. I mean, the F3H also forced me off, but I could have took a much longer range shot if that didn't happen. But, like, you guys see what I mean now, where, like... It looks like it should be really easy to get kills, but then, like, it just doesn't pull the AoE you want, and... Oh, fuck, I'm dead to that. Yep. Man, I completely lost awareness there when I was trying to commentate. Their whole team just appeared on top of me, but... You see what I mean now. This plane's annoying to play. You see someone you want to kill, you start tunnel visioning them, you get really pissed off when you just can't pull the AoE for them, you get more and more angry, and it just becomes like a downward spiral on, like, focusing one guy, then you just get dunked on by the rest of that team. I don't like this thing. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to try to get through it anyways, and I'll see if I can get a good game regardless. I'm going to see if I can play this one a bit smarter and not just 180 a Canberra. Woohoo. I think I would honestly prefer to play this thing in up tiers because I'm at least better at playing around all aspect missiles. But I mean, I also don't want to get outran by everything. Oh yeah, also a Yitz. A Yitz are terrifying to this thing because, well, at least for me, I've seen some people saying they can outpull 9Gs and 9Ds in this. I don't know how you do that. Like, maybe you can outroll them, but for me, I feel like it's a lot more lucky than consistent, so I don't know. It can save you from, like, a launch if they don't launch it optimally and you're not super close to them. Like, maybe you can get lucky, but for me, I'm not consistent at dodging them whatsoever, and the Yit will just completely dunk on you with the missiles if you let it get into the position to do so. Alright, I think I'm going to take a bit of a slower start to this game. I've flown towards their whole team, and I'm now going to break off and see if I can drag some of them, like, away from the main clump here, so that I can sort of break things into smaller furballs and not just have, like, one big one. Because this way I can actually, like, do things to the planes that I have. So I'm just going to start slowly spiraling up here. I'm going to try to energy trap the Super Mystere, and if the Skyhawk wants to join in, then he can by all means. The Mystere sort of is pitching up? Yeah, he's pitching up into us. Okay, cool. So this is just a very typical spiral climb maneuver, which you can do on planes. Like, this guy wants to try to pull into us and wants to sort of follow us up, but he doesn't have anywhere close to the energy in order to do so. And because we're in such a strong plane, we can just continue going up. As you can see, he's mostly stalled out down there now. So I'm going to drop... I forgot this thing doesn't have combat. I'm going to drop my takeoff flaps. I've kind of lost him. There he is. And I'm going to dive down onto him. We should be gaining on him in a second here. And now we have position on his 6, and we're going to try to pull in for a shot. My camera went all weird, so I didn't get the shot. That's annoying. This is the issue here. Like, a lot of the times it's very difficult to get a shot, and then he's able to pull a reversal if he wants to. I'm just going to go back up and over and play energy again. I'm just going to sort of keep looping over this guy until he runs out of energy again, and then I can get an easier shot because, you know, as I said earlier, this plane takes a long time to slowly kill and trap its victims. So we're going to be here a minute, basically. I'm not pulling into this, I don't think. I shouldn't have neg-G'd there. We might be pulling into it, actually. Oh yeah, he fully stalled out. So yeah, that's how you play this thing optimally, but as you can see, I can't get the guns to work. Like, this thing doesn't have the roll rate for it, and the rudder's just, like, really weird. I can't get the guns to work at close range, so it's why I don't like to play this thing in this sort of playstyle, because it's just not really for me. Like, in props, something that I can aim, sure. But high-tier jets, I just don't like it. Either way, we're going to see if we can go up and over again. I'm going to see if I can make the shot a bit easier on myself. By ripping my flaps off. Yeah, nice one, mate. There we go. We finally land a shot on him. That is the optimal way to play this thing. You just go up, you slowly set up an energy trap, and then you eventually dive down and get a shot. He might be returning to base. No, he's dying. Okay, good. We can do the same things to this F-86K. We got to be a bit more careful because he has 9Bs, but he might just get cleaned up by a teammate. I was actually lucky that that guy didn't get cleaned up by a teammate, essentially, because, you know, that is fairly common. When you're setting up an energy trap for, like, 20 minutes, that's a very easy thing for a teammate to just swoop in, see a free kill, plane stalled out, shoot them, they die. So that is, you know, another very annoying component of this plane that makes me not really like it. I'm going to go in for a shot on this F-100. I can't aim the gun, so we miss, of course. I'm going to pull back down for him. We're going to see if I can bait this guy into a 1v1 here. F-100 has pretty good flight performance. He is going to go for a reversal type maneuver. I'm not even going to partake in that. I'm just going to break off and go for someone different because that will just get me killed. I don't want to take that shot. I don't want to try to do that. This guy's pretty distracted. I'm going to see if I can land some rounds. We managed to. We hit the one tap. I am now just going to go up and over. Guns are actually working for me today. Nice. Thank you, Gaijin. Appreciate that. There is a Vartor, which is reversing a J-29. I'm not sure how we let that happen. J-29 goes full commit with the Super Mystere. Super Mystere almost dies to that. Vartor dies to a missile. I'm just going to go up, around, and over the Super Mystere and see if I can eventually kill him. It is very, very slow. Even, like, freer targets, it's very annoying to try to land shots and kills on them sometimes, which is why I'm struggling so much here. I'm going to go for the F-100 again, actually. He has better flight performance than just about everyone else on our team, so it probably should be up to me to mostly try to do something about him. I'm going to pitch back down, see if I can gain a bit of speed, a bit of closure on him, and if I can, like, plant myself firmly on a 6, then I should be able to get the kill here without too much hassle. He takes a full commit head-on with another F100. These players are weird, man. I don't get it. I can't aim these guns for fuck's sake, man. Alright, well, we got some crits in. He should be dying. This is a poor little Skyhawk. As you can see, we're basically just out of ammo from that. 3 shots on 3 planes was enough to completely drain the ammo. And I was being fairly frugal with it in the first place. I did spray at the F100 a bit more, but like... It's, for the average player, it's very, very low ammo. If you're good with the guns on this thing, if you're good at playing this thing, great, but I don't care to invest that much time into it. So for me and the average Joe who's probably getting this thing randomly in the German or Soviet tree, it is difficult to use. It's not the easiest plane in the world. Last guy's an F3H. I'm going to fly towards him and see if I can get a dogfight. I'm very worried about ammo because we essentially have 1 shot to kill this guy. And I'm not so sure if we're going to have to basically, like, tap up. We get basically 2 taps with the guns, and we have to try to kill him with one of those. So I'm going to see if I can dogfight him and get him as slow as possible. If he just runs, there's going to be largely not much I can do. I think the F3H is pretty quick. I'm not sure, actually. Either way, I'm going to floor it towards him. We're going to see what we can do. I should worry about fuel, actually. Although we are going to be on low fuel, so we might just be able to roll him if he tries to take the stall fight here. I'm going to see if I can bait him up. You don't really want to take head-ons on this thing because of the aforementioned gun thing, and also your main advantage is flight performance. Just throwing that away for, you know, a slightly easier gunshot is not really worth. What is he? Is he out of fuel, maybe? Yeah, I think he is. He takes a head-on with a teammate. Teammate misses somehow. I'm just going to air brake here. I don't really need a ton of speed. There we go. We click him out the air. I do have decent muscle memory from using these guns on the J70, so I can actually hit my 1-taps, fortunately. If you're not super comfortable with these guns, I would not recommend really touching the plane. I mean, if you want to learn the guns, go for it, but, you know, this plane on its own is enough difficulty without more being added from not being able to aim the guns, or at least back from when I was like a lesser experienced player. It was a nightmare for me, man. But nowadays, I'm much better at aiming these guns, so it's not as huge of a concern. Alright, last guy was in an F2 Sabre. He goes down. I should play the F2 Sabre at some point, actually. That's another really fun plane. Third on the team. 3 kills is not terrible. We do get an assist as well from the other guy that we crit. Not the worst game, all things considered, and I'm still, you know, not amazing at playing this. I gotta finish spading this thing, man. I was just too lazy to back when I was going through the German tech tree. I think it's the only, like, East German plane that I haven't fully spaded yet. Okay, so we have a 9-0-10-0 game now. I'm not sure why we're not getting many 10-3 games on this thing, but the matchmaker of 9-3 seems to be weirdly good recently. I had the same thing with the Ayet, or not the Ayet, the Ariat. I keep getting those 2 names confused, man. They're so similar, but I was getting the same thing with the Ariat when I was going to grind Italy earlier, so it might just be the 9-3 matchmaker in general. It's just quite good right now. I'm going to be heading down towards this F100, and more so the AV8. Okay, he's firing off his missiles, that's fine. I just wanted to get, like, one of them out of here. I just didn't want to have to deal with them anymore because they're a pain in the ass. Very easily can third-party you, and, you know, you just sort of die if that happens. There is a hunter down here. He's rolling out of the way. I'm going to go for these guys while they are easy targets. I mean, the Skyhawk is an easy target in general, but there's a Sea Vixen behind us. I do need to watch out for that. Oh, where did you guys come from? Okay, noted. Alright, never mind. We're just going to start going up here. Fuck. I fat-fingered that button. We're good. We're chilling. I can't really spiral climb them because otherwise I'm just going to get 9B'd by the F3H, but I will see if I can make them think they can pull in for the shot when they really can't quite. You also have a lot of energy. Got it. I am getting missiles spammed out the wazoo right now. I didn't see that F100. I'm not fully sure where he came from. I need to try to pull around him, essentially, but that's going to open me up to the F3H. I wouldn't have put myself in this situation, but I just had no idea where these guys came from. Presumably behind. I need to see if I can break off without getting a missile shot at me here. This F100's about to Q1 up on me, I feel like. No, he does not. There we go. There it is. I think he has, like, 1 or 2 more. The F3H should be out by now. So I'm just going to slowly start outpacing these guys. MiG-21 sweeps in. The R3R doesn't quite connect. There's another F100 down here, actually. I'm just going to start going for these guys because looks like the other 2 are going to be distracted with our teammates. I'm going rather fast, which means getting shots on is probably going to be a little bit difficult here. Yep, and I don't have much ammo, so I don't really want to spray and waste any of it. Yeah, no, that's not happening. We don't have many guys up behind us, so I am actually just gonna go up and over, or energy trap this guy, basically. I don't time my shots correctly there. I could have hit that. I was just kind of bad. Yep, and the kill gets cleaned up by a Mirage 3. That happens a lot in this thing. I've said it so many times already. If you try to take people in for like a longer fight, that is a very common thing to happen. I'm just going to see if I can get assist credit on him there, because the Mirage 3 already got severe. F3H is behind me. He can't really do very much. He probably has some 9Bs that he can shoot off, but I'm not super concerned about it. I'm just going to start turning because we are at the speed range where we can do that. He goes in for my team and not for me. Alright, teammate forces him to turn with a 9E. I'm going to stick behind this guy because I think we can probably outrun him. I don't think the thing can break like Mach 0.95 or so. So I'm just going to stick behind him. We will slowly be able to catch up to him. He is pulling us towards the F-104, it looks like. The F-104 does not have any interest in us, though. It seems like he is going for our teammates. Probably saw a Saber and just immediately tunnel visioned. F-100 is over there as well. Gotcha. Yeah, so this thing just can do that, and we can't really do very much aside from just like the old energy trap, the 109 versus 0 thing, where we just go back up and over. No, do that over and over again until he either gets third-partied or we get the kill for it. He's pulling down, he goes in, he pulls AOA. Try to get a shot in, don't quite get it. Quite a difficult one, not surprised I didn't hit that. And now we're probably just going to have teammates who come in and third-party this kill. I am mashing my elevator buttons, trying not to neg G here, or trying to neg G and not over G, sorry. Although it looks like he is pulling in for a head-on. Okay, we just can't take that. I have to pull out the way of that once again. He shoots a 7C in the head-on. Yep, and he gets cleaned up by a teammate. Oh well. Oh well. This is the main reason I don't like this thing, man. You just... Even when games go right, like half the times you just don't get kills anyways. It's so frustrating. Whatever. Once again, I'll claim assist credit on him. The 2-assist wonder over here. Woohoo. So as I said, it's very, very difficult to get high kill games because not only does it require a lot of patience and good positioning, which I did not have at the start of this match, partially because of the spotting system, partially I didn't look around enough. And another reason is because, you know, it takes so long to set people up that half the time that just happens and, you know, what are you gonna do? You either play a bit more aggressively, get overconfident and die, or you just try to energy trap them for 7 years and get the kill stolen by someone else anyways, so... Yeah, I don't really like playing this thing, I'm really not gonna lie. It probably fits some people's playstyle perfectly where they want to play really tactically and just not die, but I'm gonna be honest, man, I just look for planes which are like not fully easy, but not fully difficult to play, and you can just sort of zone out and spam games in them. And this is really not one of those planes. I would say probably the sort of plane at this battle rating area is probably the MiG-21S, or maybe the Harriet once you get used to it. Or the Ayit, of course. The Ayit's very brainless. So yeah, last guy's an F-100 that's RTB. I have, like, no ammo left, so I don't really think I'm going to be doing much more this game, so I think that is going to be a wrap for the video. If you are trying to play this thing and you're not very good with it, my advice is just be patient, be very patient. It's not an easy or quick plane to play. It just takes a very long time, not only to get used to, but just to get kills in. So your patience will be rewarded, you just need to sort of have it and slowly build it up. Think of it like a detox from TikTok. I can't wait for that app to get banned personally, man. I don't like short-form content whatsoever. But either way, hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great day. Hope I was able to make yours a little bit better. If you are thinking about playing this thing, you need a very patient playstyle. It's like a beatdown deck in Clash Royale. You're not going to get anywhere quick with it, but if you do manage to get set up correctly, you will just be able to dropkick everything you see. Hope you're doing well. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. And yeah, that's all from me. Goodbye.